You've probably heard whispers that the market's cooling in some parts of 30A, but here in Watersound Camp Creek, that's just not the full story. Specs are getting bigger, more expensive, and yet demand isn't just holding, it's shifting into some very interesting territory. Camp Creek is one of the most unique markets right here along 30A, and right now we're seeing some very telling shifts. Specs are getting bigger and more expensive, demand for $4 million homes are heating up, and lot inventory is so tight that agents are calling me almost every day for off-market opportunities. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just keep tabs on the overall market, this update will give you a clear read on where things are headed and what that means for you. So let's lock in. So I'd love to start these market updates by talking about single family homes because obviously they're the prettiest thing that we can actually look at. And right now we have 11 active single family homes in Watersound Camp Creek. Now they're averaging about 5,790 square feet, and the average list price is pretty astonishing, about $5.7 million. Now that range actually stretches from just under $4 million to all the way over $7 million. We're seeing after cost per square foot sitting around $989 per square feet. Now here's why those numbers matter. Knowing how many homes are on the market and how long they've been sitting for gives buyers a gauge for competition and the overall negotiating power. For sellers, it's a reality check on how aggressively you may need to price your home to stand out across those 11 listings. And with this kind of price spread, there's a clear spectrum from move-in ready homes in that $4 million sweet spot to the ultra custom builds at the very top of the market. And so that's the first trend I'm watching in the community. Homes aren't just being scaled back to fit budgets, they're pushing up in size and finishing levels, which of course means that higher price tag. But here's the twist. While the ultra high end is still moving, I'm seeing more momentum in that $4 million range. But why? And I think it's because it hits that sweet spot, luxury without stepping into that $6 million plus territory. Now for buyers, this is the most competitive price point right now. If you see the right property, hesitation could cost you. But for sellers, if you're in that $4 million segment, you've got leverage. But buyers here are still sharp. The right pricing strategy is still everything in this market. Now, in my opinion, when we're looking at homes in Watersound Camp Creek, we need to talk about what's actually happened in the community. Since January, we've seen 7 of these homes that have actually sold here, averaging about $4.975 million. Now, they sold at roughly 94% of their list price, and the average size was just over 5,600 square feet. And that's super important. It means that there's still negotiation, but not the kind that's dragging prices down. Sellers are getting close to their asking numbers, and the average days on market for these sales are relatively quick for this price bracket, which tells me when a home is priced right and checks the boxes, buyers here are still moving fast. Now for what might be the most intense part of the market right now are the active home sites. Now there's currently 4 lots with an average price of about $1.511 million. Size vary, but all offer the same space and location that make Camp Creek so sought after. And here's the part you won't see in the MLS stats, is that we're getting calls almost daily from agents and builders asking if we know about off-market opportunities. Some are looking for their next spec, others are everyday buyers wanting a custom home in this exact community. So if you're out there and you have a home site in Camp Creek that you want to sell, now is the time to capitalize since sellers and builders are feeling optimistic about the upside as the community further develops. Since January 1st, we've seen 18 lots that have actually sold here in Watersound Camp Creek, averaging just over $1 million, selling about 96% of their list price. They move in just about 62 days on average, and that's not slow luxury land turnover, that's be ready before it's listed territory. For buyers, waiting for the perfect lot to go public might mean missing it entirely. For sellers, even without listing, you may have a buyer right now, and in this demand cycle, it could be the strongest price you'll see in a while. So what's the bottom line right now in Watersound Camp Creek? We're in a market where larger, more expensive homes are becoming the norm, but demand in that $4 million price range is still incredibly strong. Lots are in such short supply that they're practically a currency, with off-market deals happening regularly. If you're selling, this is a moment to leverage the fact that well-positioned properties are moving at strong prices. If you're buying, the combination of low lot inventory and steady demands mean that the best opportunities rarely sit around. And here's the question I'm asking myself as I look over market data and as a realtor that works in the community every single day. If this level of demand continues and we see even a slight boost in inventory, will it open the door for additional $4 million sales, or will it push the ultra luxury side even higher? Either way, I really think this is a market worth paying attention to. Now, if you watch this entire market update and you have additional questions, or if you're a seller and you want to game plan what the right marketing strategy looks like right now in the community, I think the easiest thing we can do is jump on a phone call. So make sure you use the information below, get in touch with me, and I can't wait to see you here in the beach soon.